Hey everyone, Electra here in, where am I? Gurnee, Illinois. Just left the DSW shoe store where I picked up a pair of Doc Martens that I talked about earlier today. First pair I've ever owned in my life, believe it or not. And so I got a pair of Chelsea boots with Doc Martens. And I think I've put my finger on a large part of the reason why I like Illinois over Wisconsin. I know for a while I was kind of like going back and forth on whether I might live in Wisconsin or Illinois. Well, first of all, the Wisconsin thing depended on working at that game store in Madison, which is just not really going to happen right now. But when I was walking around the Mayfair Mall, I think that's when I realized, when I was in the Mayfair Mall, I felt a lot like I was at the St. Louis Galleria, and I know why. It is because, and this is going to be racially based, so I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I think it's going to be something worth noting. Here in Illinois, the black people are a fully integrated part of the society, far more than in Wisconsin, and then obviously that's even more than Missouri, St. Louis. In St. Louis and Milwaukee, it's clear that the black population are an underclass. They are clearly less educated than the average white person. They are clearly poorer than the average white person. Here in Illinois, I am seeing black people that are on par, if not, if they're on par or close to being 100% equal in terms of at least like just intelligence and just the way they are living. You can just tell they walk with a certain type of independence rather than a certain type of destitution. I hate to say that word, but it definitely is that's the way I read it, that I see in black people in Wisconsin or Milwaukee and St. Louis. And that is an awesome thing. I haven't really seen this since I lived in California 20 years ago. California had that same thing, and it's obvious why, because blue states like California and Illinois educate their black kids at a level equal to the white kids. There is no intentional like holding back funding for black students. I mean, I don't know if it's 100% equal in these states, but I'm sure it's way closer than in red states like Missouri and Texas and Florida, etc. So I don't know if this is like offensive to anyone or not. This is a huge part of the reason I like living in Illinois more, and already more. And I like living in a society of equals, and that especially includes every ethnic minority, and not feeling like there's a constant underclass around that you have to feel guilty about, because that's kind of how I always felt in red states. So anyway, what do you think? Let me know. Bye.